Okay. I'm gonna start streaming Dragon Warrior 2 for Game Boy Color. Solo? What the hell? That's weird. Wonder why that's there. Anyways. Okay, so, I'm going to go ahead and use virtually the same names as before, at least for my main character. And I'm going to see if the computer freezes again. I don't think it will. But... oh nuts, hold on, I gotta switch my account. I forgot about that. Actually, do I even need to do that if I'm just, like, gonna pay attention to the chat anyway? Like, unless I actually have to change details on my stream, which I don't have to do just yet, I could actually just go right into this. I hope it doesn't freeze, because I am getting kind of tired of that. I have noticed that whenever I do stuff like this, my stuff tends to, my data on my GPU tends to fizzle out after enough time passes. Like, usually it's pretty good. I don't really have too many problems with it, but like, man, I forgot just how slow the text is here. But because I'm playing on Game Boy Advance Emulator, using speed up is not going to be too helpful since it goes way too quickly. So I can't exactly do much about that. That's the only downside to using Visual Boy Advance for something on the... playing anything that's not a Game Boy Advance game, this can be a problem. Because of this, I was considering playing the Super Nintendo version to kind of avoid that, but there's a problem. The game Dragon Warrior... The Dragon Warrior 2 remake on a Super Nintendo, it has some problems in it. I don't really think that would be very enjoyable, having to worry about me dealing with glitches and stuff. One particularly nasty one basically makes you lose of your characters unless you, like, find something special, but because of the glitch, the game freezes up if you try to fix that part of the game. Meaning I'd have to find a really roundabout way to actually play it. We get a nice little cutscene here showing the tragic parts of Moonbrook's fate, which you didn't see in the randomizer since they kind of skipped it for the sake of just getting the game started, but we do see what became of Moonbrook here, though, and thankfully it's not too long, so... To be fair, there's not that many people over here, so you're not really gonna need to worry too much. But yeah, I have the task manager up right now. And the lowest my things are going so far, with both the emulator and OBS and low priority, is at 40%, which is not an overly terrible amount, although it does sometimes slightly bump up to like 41%. Yeah, the rest of this is pretty much the same as before, just with slightly different dialogue. See, he didn't say that before. They added that. Okay. And we get the copper sword. Well, and 50 gold. I can't remember if I actually showed the Dragon Warrior 2 randomizer on camera or not. I think I may have tried. But... can't quite afford the leather shield. Being used to randomizers now, it's gonna feel weird going back to the original game with how much more simple it is to play. Yeah, it's not gonna be as easy anymore for me to kind of use certain things, especially when it comes to leveling up speeds. I mean, I actually started with like the Thunder Sword in one of my playthroughs. And it was one of the better swords of that quest too. Now, one thing about the remake is that they made it a lot easier. Much like with the go ahead and move this on over here. Anyways, like I was saying, they made this game a lot easier. Like, equipment is overall more helpful in dealing damage. Your party members got much better options in terms of equips. Like, that's... ugh. Like, seriously. Now, the reason I'm playing this and not a randomizer with like a lot of the random stuff turned off is because I want to kind of show just how much better things improved from Dragon Warrior 1 Game Boy Color to Dragon Warrior 2. A randomizer sometimes doesn't do that justice because you're really not seeing just how things were like. Plus, I have noticed that the randomizer can make certain tasks in this game a little more annoying than they really should be. For example, I couldn't get a special equipment during my last completed randomized run, and that was depressing. I'm just gonna go ahead and speed up the battles here. Now, just to point out something in case it wasn't obvious, your main hero here, he gets a lot of strength, defense, HP, but that's about it. He does not get spells. Excuse me. Yeah. But, but yeah, he seems like he feels like he's a nerfed version of the main character from the first one, since he's basically like him except no magic, which was kind of useful in that game, not gonna lie. But that's only when you first start out. This game introduces a multiple party member system with 3 max characters, 2 princes and 1 princess, and they all specialize at something different. So I do think that that's really interesting. Another thing that's nice is multiple enemies per fight. This makes the enemies feel a bit more dynamic, and it also gives you more experience in gold overall throughout the game, meaning you don't have to grind as often per area to level up. Now, one thing they didn't do is they didn't increase the experience in gold for Dragon Warrior 2 like they did the first game. But believe it or not, you don't really notice most of the time, since you usually get enough experience to get you through each area pretty easily in this, as opposed to the first game where grinding was kind of necessary to get anywhere, and even then you could still die. This game, a lot of the harder parts of the game were rebalanced to where they're not as bad. Okay, I have enough gold for it now. So let's get that leather shield. Believe me, they'll be useful later. Slot token. I'll hold on to that. I don't have enough gold for the inn. Come on. Now I do. Yeah, see, you want me to put the speed up? I find this obnoxious as hell. Now, there is one dungeon in this game that I hate to death. Oh, do I hate it so much. But it is kind of necessary, especially if you're playing the original game, so... Well, time to move on. Now, for the most part at this point, we're looking for our allies, in which case we need to find where the Prince of Connacht is, which we're going to next. Now, they did change the names in the remake, to names that are a lot closer to what the Japanese version had. I'll be using the original names, though. Okay, this name is the same, so... Now, this place has a lot of neat weapons and armor. However, they're very pricey, so we won't be getting a lot of these for a while. Okay, so Kanak is still called the same. Okay. Got another slot token. Now, the slot tokens are kind of annoying. I'll explain why when we get to it later. Storage service. This is something that I missed from the original game. You can save inventory space, which is kind of useful right now because I need to store me some slot tokens. Now, before I make any treks to a dangerous area, I'm gonna want some herbs. And how much are herbs? Well, I need to carry a couple of antidotes too, actually. And man, I need some money. The good news is that north of this town, you can get some really good amounts of gold. And I leveled up again. Huh? Oh, I found an herb for free. Nice. Yeah, Dragon Warrior 2 introduced the idea of treasure chest drops, which is pretty nice. Although, they didn't start getting really good until Dragon Warrior 3. Another herb, okay. Oh, they're doing a lot of the work for me. Now, if you go up north, you can actually find another castle, as I've already shown, and we can save there. So let's do that before we go on this trek of ours. Now, in the original game, I would wait till like level 5 or 6 for this. But, in the remake, they made the trek a bit easier. I will say that. Oh, here's an item shop here, too. There's an item called Repellent. I still call it Holy Water, or Fairy Water, because I just find that to be a much better name for it. Oh, so I think in the remake they added a weapon shop here. Yep. This wasn't here before. Yeah, that's the way it usually goes. That's logic for you. See, those places up there. Oh wait, you can't see it from here. Yeah, these people are actually helpful. They can revive party members who have died, get rid of poison, and get rid of curses here. So... That's Carl, huh? Yeah, that's a hint to how annoying it's gonna be to find this guy. Oh, I'm about to level up again. Go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Yeah, you get a lot of HP compared to anyone else, and that's really going to be helpful later. Okay, time for the spring cave. We have a couple of new creatures in here, but they're not that big of a threat. You do, however, want to bring some antidotes just in case. Jeez, 3 damage all of a sudden? Wow. Yeah, there's a few chests in here too. Wait, did I not buy any antidotes? Wait, yeah, I did. Phew. Oh, I thought I forgot. No, there's two paths to take. One leads to treasure, and the other one leads to the area we're actually supposed to be going to. But I'm getting the treasure first. $85 gold. Okay. Not yet. Yep, they call it Laurasia here in this game, whereas I call it Middenhall since that's the name in the original. Promoted to level 5. Not the best level in the world, but alright. But yeah, I'm almost done here. This is a very short cave, but in the original it still was meant to be a testing ground for how prepared you were. Hoo boy. I remember what that was like. Which was not a fun time. I haven't seen any of the poison enemies show up yet. I wonder if they took them out of the remake for this cave. I mean, it makes sense if they did. It was a bit of a pain to deal with this early in the game. Antidote. Alright. Either that, or they're just deciding not to show up. Anyways, if we go up here and talk to this guy. And there we go. These guys again. How much gold do I have now? 257, yeah. I would buy a new piece of equipment for my hero, but honestly, we'll be getting a new party member soon. And all my gold to be dedicated to him, because he's gonna need it more than I will. I'll get more into detail about that when I actually get him. Let's just say he's not as prepared for battle as I am right now. And nope, we're not gonna see any of those enemies in here. I went a little bit too far. But since I'm down here anyway, may as well show this part of the area. Technically there's more than that, but I'll get to that later. Maybe in the original, but in the remake, it's not as bad. You could feasibly pull it off, but it is easier with a friend. I will agree with him on that. Now, agility no longer is tied to how much guard you get. Instead, you get defense / guard. As you level up, like most games. So agility is tied to how quick you can act. And it's something that the main hero here usually sucks at. Like, the other characters are much faster than he is, in general. I wonder if anyone's actually seen the Prince of Canuck. Wow. Whoa, way to lower yourself, lady. Now, they do give a tutorial about these. These things actually do warp you to different areas of the world. Okay, that made me nervous, because this area of the world is usually very dangerous. But thankfully, they don't really throw tough enemies at you yet. So far, they're not really talking about, the Prince of Canuck. Yeah, they're just saying the same thing they usually do. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Damn it. This guy does not know how to stay still. But, Okay. Now, at this point, you have to go over here. And you will find a new person here. And we finally found him. He looks a lot like us, except he has like wings on his helmet as opposed to horns. And he wears green instead of blue. But that's about the only difference. At least in terms of looks. In terms of gameplay, he's a lot different. He doesn't get near the amount of strength, defense, and HP that we do. Not by a long shot. But he can use magic, so that's very useful. And he can cast the heal spell, which is nice. You do want to outfit him with the best stuff he can carry, though. One thing that they did change is that they tell you whether your allies can equip something or not. Whereas in the original game, you had to buy it first and see if a shopkeeper would tell you. It was a bit of a painful process, I will admit. Ah, so close. Don't really need this herb, since I have the heal spell, so I can buy a leather shield for the guy. You can carry a lot more equipment than the original. I'm just gonna point that out. He also levels up a little bit slower than the main hero too. Now, one thing about the remake I love is the fact that if you kill an enemy, another ally is attacking the same enemy, they will redirect to another one. That's nice. Because in the original, they would only target the enemy that you put them on, which would lead to situations where they would attack empty space, basically. It's a very archaic thing, both the early RPGs. I'm glad that that doesn't happen anymore. Level 2 for Carl. I'm mostly going to be focusing on leveling him up. And there we go. Ah, yes, he just gained Fireball. That makes him really deadly now. As long as he has MP to sustain it. Which isn't really hard to do. Since I think it only costs 2 MP, right? Yep, just 2 MP. Very easy to sustain that. He's definitely better as a mage than he is a fighter, I'll say that much. At least for the good start of the game. Let's see. He does get another spell that's actually really good, but I'm probably going to be getting it for a little bit, so I probably won't worry about it too much. We'll see. Let's see here. Level 4. I'll get to level 5. It doesn't take too long to get to that. The cloth. I don't think that's good for anyone. No, it ain't. I can sell that, though. To make a little extra pocket money, you know. Who has it? Oh. Yeah, I'm making a little decent money here. I'll try to get one more level. There we go. Okay, no spell. I'll just go ahead and go to the next cave area to get the silver key, as the old man was hinting to. Go ahead and buy a few antidotes, though. Just in case. Damn it. I need to store that. Yeah, I definitely need to do that. Yeah, the more people you have, the more storage you actually have with your inventory. Oops. Which is actually very nice. I'm streaming. What do you need?
I'm just looking for some Clorox wipes. Got any in here? No, not those kind of wipes. I mean the Clorox wipes.
This is all I got. Sorry. Sorry about that. My mom sometimes comes in because I'm living with my parents. And they sometimes need help with stuff. To find stuff. Like help with chores and whatnot. Sometimes, you know. But anyways. Time to go to the Silver Cave. They call it the Lake Cave. I call it the Silver Cave. But like... This is the first cave where they start to become really annoying about stats effects, though. Like, really annoying about it. I mean, heck, just getting there, you can run into some poison enemies if you take the bottom route. You want to take the top route. You also want to conserve on magic as much as possible. Oh shit, they appear here too? Oh damn it. We didn't get poisoned, did we? No, doesn't look like it. But anyways, here it is. Straight west of Canuck. Oh my god, the poison enemy is... Oh, shit. Well, this is gonna be annoying, isn't it? Huh, big rat and a healer. The big rat's not too much of a problem. The healer is a pain though. Since they will heal themselves constantly, and it's annoying. We do have ourselves a chest though, with the agility seed. You always... Oh crap, hold on. They messed up my hotkeys. I should have figured they were gonna screw me. I'm only gonna do the first couple. There we go, okay. Yep, okay. Now, the seeds were not in the original game. They hadn't been thought up as a concept yet, so this does make the game a little bit easier. Oh, jeez. Okay. Trying to kill those guys as soon as humanly possible. And you can go away. I'm gonna be trying to get all the chests in one trip, so I don't have to come back here. Another slot token. Man, they seem to be handing these out like crazy, man. I'll get into what these mean later. Slight spoiler. It's not fun, but yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to conserve on stuff as much as possible here. Because this cave is a bit of a doozy. Plus, as you can tell, it's fast to save MP for Fireball in here anyway. Oh, you learned Antidote spell. Okay, never mind. I'm not too concerned anymore. That's what I was trying to wait for, but I didn't remember how long it took, so I just took my chances. They don't always poison you, but it is a bit of a pain, nevertheless. How did I not get poisoned from that many of those? Life Acorn. That you actually want to give to Carl, believe it or not. Yeah, that's decent. in case someone got poisoned. But thankfully, they're only poisoning one person at a time. Ooh, 2 chests. Oh, shit. Magic casters now, eh? Yeah, you don't want to keep them alive for too long. Because the damage starts getting a bit absurd. Okay, my herbs. Yes, I am, actually. Really? Alright. Thankfully, I'm almost done. 242 gold. The warp wing. Okay, how am I doing inventory? We have another spot open. And there's only one more chest in here, and you can already pretty much assume what that is. Well, the key's just on the ground, it's not even in a chest. So yeah, we're pretty much done here. Just gotta walk all the way back out. Got ourselves an armor peed, eh? I really don't want to have to... Yeah, you can poison too. But 2 clean hits will finish you off. You know what? I'm actually gonna use some of these antidotes that I got. Because I may as well at this point. Yeah, poison enemies at this point start to become pretty prominent. To the point to where they will annoy you all the time. It's kind of hard to find areas in this part of the game at least that don't do that. At least with the antidote spell, it's not as big of a problem, but... I think I have a warp wing that I got somewhere. Yeah, I don't need to use it right now, but... Oops, wrong way. Oh my god. Seriously. What the hell? Yeah, I could actually deal with a lot less of these guys, please. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll take some weaker enemies now, thanks. But yeah, I've got a lot of money now. And believe it or not, I think at this point you want to hold on to it. Now we did get the silver key, which will let us open up the silver doors, of which there isn't that many of them. Now if you go back to the princess at this point, you get different dialogue. Why not? Yeah, seriously, dude. I wouldn't mind another party member. Like, a fellow streamer called Hawkeye always said that he thinks it would be kind of interesting if, like, the princess of Canuck could actually join as, like, a martial artist type. To compensate with the other princess who's more of a mage. It would be really great. But sadly, that doesn't ever happen in any version that I'm familiar with, so... Yeah, at this point, we have the silver key, so yeah. Time to go back to the left wine. Some people call it left wine, I call it left wine. Because that's honestly how it's spelled. But yeah, we have a door that can be opened with the silver key up here. What's this? Some type of shop? No, it's the slot machine. And we have a slot token. Okay. Yep, it's basically a slot. And hence slot token. Yep, the 3 suns are what we're after. And even tells you what you get. The wizard ring's pretty good too, but I want the other thing. The problem is actually getting the damn thing to show up. I say that now. Usually it takes a lot longer for me to do that. Wow, that's the fastest I've ever gotten these through multiple repeats. Interesting. The gold card is amazing for various reasons. One, you get permanent discount. As long as you have it in your inventory. This can actually be very useful for you. 25% discount, actually. I believe you also get a discount if you're selling things, though I'm not 100% sure on that one. Time to actually see if I can get me a couple wizard rings. In order to do that, you need to get 3 stars. Yeah, this can be a bit of a pain. I do think it's overall easier than in the original. At least that's what it seems to look like. Now, I think there's a grand total of 5 prizes you can get. Sun, star, moon, water, and... I remember the last one. and the life symbol, which is the heart. The heart is the weakest. Don't ever go for that. Oh, I know they're giving me nothing for that. I'll try for the moon. Third prize, a wizard's wand. Now that's actually really good for this early on in the game. Yes, it is. For a couple of reasons, actually. First of all, I can transfer the sickle over to you, so that you can get a better weapon, finally. But also, if you use the wizard wand during battle, you can actually use a fireball attack for free. Very nice to have that. So, let's see. Which one haven't I done yet? The water. Fourth prize, an amulet. Okay. The other one is just a medical herb. It's not worth going for. An amulet wards off status effects, I do believe. So I would definitely want to equip that on Carl. May as well. So yeah, I think we got a lot out of that. Actually, before I leave, I think I might get extra defense for Kyle, since I don't know if we can actually use any armor at the next shop we're going to be coming to. So let's do that. Okay, so you don't get an extra discount from selling stuff. Okay. Since you got the gold card, I give you a 97 gold discount. Yeah, that's quite a chunk. Oh, it automatically equipped it for me. Man, I barely lost any money from that exchange. Only about 100 or so. Alright, so I want the wizard rod to be the first thing up there, in case I want to use it during battle, so I'm gonna do some rearranging in there. There we go. Yep, perfect. The next area we're going to is a pretty big step up in difficulty, though. So it's good to come prepared for this. Sadly, we don't have the golden key, so we can't get in through there. But that's fine. You know that's fine. Really? You guys still can't kill these things? Wow, they're pretty tough. Leather armor. I can sell that when I get to town. Hoo boy. Yeah, isn't this a nice little group right here? Oh man, come on. Okay, level 8. Level 7 for Carl. Antidote. Phew, okay. Man. Yeah, these guys are definitely one of the more annoying things to deal with right now. Hey, at least they gave me a lot of gold, though, when I fight them. So that's gonna be very helpful. We're in the town of Hamlin. Yep, still called that. Now, the first thing you're going to notice in town... Ah, the poor little dog is crying. And it follows us. Neat. Oh, but not anymore. Oh, you did? Huh, interesting. Don't have any more slot tokens for the time being. I do need to sell that leather armor, though. Don't need storage right now. I'm glad that it's here, though. Means I don't have to walk back to find it. Oh boy, 1,000 gold now. Oh man. I really want that steel sword. Only Leon can use it, but... Now, the gold card will let you buy something even if you don't have enough money for it, if you can reach the discount. Let's see, 25% off of that would be... $1,200 or so, I think. And hey, if they keep giving me these things, I'll reach that amount in no time. Almost. Ooh, Wiz Draki. They basically match Drakes from the original, only these are a bit different. They're not too aggressive with magic anymore. They instead use the spell Defense, which will lower your defense power, allowing enemies to hit you harder. I'll get to 1300 just to be safe. Almost. Come on. Big rats, really? They don't give much. Oh, shit. Damn. Yeah, get rid of these enemies as soon as possible. The club. That's something weak that I can sell. Jeez, I almost have enough without the discount now. Alright, see if I'm correct about this. Yep. I'm glad that the game accounts for the discount, so you don't necessarily need the exact amount of money. Okay. Okay, so you could buy the chain armor here. So yeah, Carl can't really get much here, sadly. The spear would have been good for him if I didn't give him the wizard's wand. And it will still be good for him because I plan on giving that to the princess. Assuming I don't have a chance to get another wizard's wand anytime soon. So the next thing on the list is the steel armor. Much better than the steel shield, honestly. Even though the steel shield's more expensive. I generally don't bother because it's more worth it to save your money for a later shop, but... yeah, I'm gonna get that armor, and then we are going to go explore more of the area. Baboons. These guys are kind of tough, not gonna lie. Yeah, they hit freaking hard. You want to get rid of them as soon as possible. They are much worse, though, in the original game. I mean, they also give a lot, too, to be fair. They're actually enemies that are across the bridge, but they do appear on occasion. Lizard flies. These guys are fairly resistant to magic, and they cast Fireball. They're pretty annoying, to be sure. But all those enemies that are in the bottom area, they actually... oh my god. Okay, save state time. Yeah, they snuck up on me, and they all picked on me. I do not feel comfortable about that fight. Okay, I need to start using the wizard's wand. Level 8 for Carl. Ooh, that was a nice little amount of strength. Gain stop spell. That is a nice spell to have, though I don't use it too often. Usually it's faster to just kill the bad guys now than try to stop spell them. Especially later on. You guys again? Time to get you some better armor. Nothing I could do about Carl, but I definitely want to give Leon some better armor. Where is leather armor? There we go. Also, didn't I get something to sell? I must have already sold it, okay. Yep, a lot more defense now. I do feel pretty good about that. Because he has a better sword, he has a decent bit of armor. That's gonna get me pretty far down here. Now I'm gonna do something that I usually don't do. Okay, Leon leveled up. Didn't get too much from that at all, wow. But I'm actually gonna do what the game wants you to do. Not what's easiest, because you're supposed to find the Princess of Moonbrook, but she's disappeared. And it's a mystery on where the demon wizard Hargon stuck her. So you investigate at the ruined castle. The problem is that the enemies in here kind of suck. Found the club. Alright. Mostly because the poisonous swamp area. Their friend was turned into a dog by a curse. The shame of it. Huh, I wonder if it has anything to do with that dog in town. Fascinating. Of course, knowing about it doesn't do us any good. It's not like it's not like Carl has like a D dog curse magic spell or anything. Okay, that guy is gone crazy. Yes, yeah, you see what I mean about the enemies here? Okay, zombies actually have a lot of HP. Not a lot of attack power, but they do have a lot of HP. Now, I'm gonna ignore the dog barking. One good thing about the Wizard's Wand is that the enemy can't stop your spell and prevent you from using it. That's very nice to know. We got ourselves a chest over here. Ooh, a medley. Save state abuse. I don't think so. I think they have like 5 HP. No. No. You're not doing that. Oh, 4 HP, okay. Yeah, it's cheap as hell. I don't give a shit. There's nothing down there. We got a couple of chests over here. Empty chest. Empty chest. Okay. Fine. These have realized a small swamp with inside of 2 bridges. The alarm mirror is there. Cannot die until I pass that on. Okay. Please don't poison me. Okay, good. Ignore the smoke. It's really not a danger as long as you don't rely on spells too often. Which I don't need to. Thanks to the Wizard Wand. Honestly, this place isn't as dangerous as I thought it was. Now, you want to go through all this poison swamp here, because there's like a secret area. This place you might remember from the prologue. If you go down here, failed to protect the princess. Curse transformed, she was exiled to a town somewhere. If only the alarm mirror, said to show only the truth, should break the curse. Save the princess. So, yeah. With all those hints, you can kind of figure out what we need to do. However, in the original game, this room was heavily hidden, and not many people knew about it. Effectively making it a little pointless. Unless you just really loved exploring the castle and found it by pure accident. Or used a guide. So most people didn't even really come in here for long anyway. The enemies are tough, and you only have 2 characters at the time. And believe me, in the original game, it was much harder to survive here with just 2 party members. So, yeah, I really don't blame people for being confused at this stage of the game. Oh my god. Wow. Go and defend you. You're getting a little low there. Yeah, using defend at just the right time can save your ass later on. So yeah, we're pretty much done here. Oh, I have more MP than I thought I did. I thought I was almost out. So I think we can go ahead and go to the right and go to where they were talking about. Now, it is worth noting that even though they tell you the general location with the Mirror of Ra, aka the alarm mirror, is, they don't really tell you what you're supposed to do to get it, though. Because if you go where they're talking about, you don't see a chest or anything. So what do? Well, I'll show you, and it's kind of a dick move on the developer's part, because I think they expect a lot from fans. At least I can deal with you guys easier now. Yeah, this is the place where you see the bridges. You actually have to go into this conspicuous swamp and search. Unless you're really curious, you won't think to do this. And I think it's really asking a lot for people to actually do that. I mean, if you have a guide or if you are just curious, you might be able to do that, but honestly, it's really dumb, honestly. Now, if you talk to the dog still, she's still just, suffering as a dog and nothing really happens. What you have to do is you have to be facing the dog, and then go to your items, and use the mirror from there for it to work. For some reason, it took both me and my grandma back then forever to figure this out. Huh, interesting. Now, I admit I don't really like the GBC design for the princess because in the original, she was wearing a hood, but the actual design of it looked like she just had lovely pinkish hair, pinkish or blonde hair, depending on the version. And I think I prefer that. Like, I wish she had her hood down most of the time. Because the hood just honestly looks stupid. wearing it all the time, at least. They actually do more with the dialogue with Fran here. Where she's honestly a lot more forlorn about the situation, and it just like you can tell she's trying to be strong, but she's honestly really depressed, and I like that. I like the fact that they address how serious the situation actually is. I did talk to this guy before, but he basically is a deserter. And he would beg you to try to find a way to rescue the princess. Yeah, they did a lot for the Moonbrook part of the game and the remake in terms of dialogue. And I actually like it a lot. Now this is a hint you need to know now. Where you can fly a bit if you jump from up high. Yeah, that is kind of useful for the next set of progression. That's a plot item. We need that. Also, I'm going to be taking the Wizard Wand off of Carl and giving it to Fran because her equipment options suck. Like, this is one of her best weapons for most of the game. You can buy it later, but I don't want to stick her with, like, a very weak knife for, like, a good portion of this beginning segment. So she's getting that. Don't worry about Carl. I'm going to be buying him the spear. For now. If I get another slot token, I'll try to get another Wizard's Wand. Oh yeah, he doesn't have anything to sell. So let's see. Yeah, that definitely helped give her a boost in that. In terms of defense, he can't get much. Yep, not much at all for the moment. We'll be doing something about that later, though. The princess is the best at magic, as you can tell just from her level 1 stats. But her equipment options are pitiful, and she can probably die faster than anyone in the team right now. She also has pathetically low leveling speeds. But to compensate, they tend to give her the best stuff from leveling up, so it's fair. Huh. New world map theme. And I actually prefer this one. Oh shit. Wait. What the hell? Oh, you don't have it anymore, that's right. Forgot. At least he's strong enough to where he doesn't need to rely on it as much. And Fred's already leveling up. Guard 2, Agility 4, learn Sleep Spell. Oh yeah, by the way, she comes with Heal More. The second tier healing spell. Yeah. That's, pretty useful. Oh shit, these guys. Now, Sleep Spell was very effective in the remake, like it hits a lot more often. But it can only hit one large group of enemies. Also, I'm sure you've noticed, but enemy spells don't hit near as hard as yours, unlike the original. That's definitely nice to know. France promoted level 3. Oh, this level's a little bit better. I need to move the Wizard's Wand up front. So let's do something about that. Yeah, the cloth barely does anything. A lot of her defense is just from straight leveling up. A lot of it, at least. For now. Wow. Yeah, I'm not taking the risk with you guys around. Ooh, Leon's at level 11 already. Jeez. Actually, I'm gonna have you guys attack the lizard flies, and she can finish off the baboon. Okay, I guess she couldn't. That's weird. Was it not touched at all? Just a smoke, really? Ooh, another level up for Fran. 9 MP. Oh, yes. Now this is some awesome shit. That hits an entire group for 20 damage even. Yeah, she's definitely the best mage of the group. And by the time she joins up, she kind of puts him to shame. Like, she starts with better healing spell. She almost starts with a better attack spell than he gets. And... while he does get some useful spells later on, it really pales in comparison to hers. I mean, he is better at attacking than she is, but when you have the power at her that she has at her disposal, that tends not to matter too much. Like, the Prince of Canuck essentially becomes the third wheel of the group and is easily the weakest member. He's essentially your paladin of the group. A guy who can both heal and attack, but doesn't really excel at either one. Fran is like a pure red mage, where she's all about the spell casting, and Leon is all about being the tank and warrior of the group. So I think in later games, when healing became a lot more useful, paladins had more of a use. In this game, though, yeah, not so much. I need to sell that club. And we could probably use an inn as well. I'm basically trying to get some levels with my people here. The next area is a bit of a doozy. So you might want to bring some herbs along. Don't need antidotes anymore. I don't think there's anything else I need to sell, is there? Yes, there is. Man, I still have a lot of antidotes. Do I just keep picking those up from fights? Don't really need to hold on to those. Okay, so I also have another reason for wanting to get herbs. I wonder if it'll happen. You can sometimes get slot tokens. It is a lot more rare in the remakes for them to do this, though. Yeah, it's not look like it's happening. Oh well, I'll worry about that later. All I would have done is gotten another wizard's wand anyway for him, for now. And that's pretty much it, actually. I think what I will do, however, you know, just in case of worst case scenario, is store my gold away. I have enough gold to where I can start doing that. I don't think I'm gonna ever die, but still, better safe than sorry, you know? Huh. Huh. Well, that was certainly a thing. Fate Grand Order fan art can sometimes be very weird. But we all should know that by now. It's so good to have 3 characters. Now, I'd just like to point out that in the original, the princess was a paperweight at this point in the game. You were defending her all the time because of what could possibly happen if you didn't. Well, that's nice. Wooden stick. Yeah, a lot of the like equipment chests are pretty worthless, and they don't even really sell for all that much. Oof. Yeah, she can die sometimes in the remake too, but believe me, it's not near as common. Mostly because the enemies don't hit as hard at this point of the game anymore. If that would have happened in the original, she would be dead and torn to pieces by that point. Yeah, the remake does a lot for the princess, honestly. Yeah, that does a lot for the Prince of Connacht, too, because in the original, he barely got any decent equipment. He wasn't much better than the princess in that regard. But at least the princess had better spells. In the original, the Prince of Connacht was almost worthless once you got far enough in. Okay, here's the tower they were talking about. And it's a pretty huge one. Yeesh, stop it. Who needs it? Carl does. Yeah, you want to search these floors really carefully, because they hide chests all over the place. Hey, I got one of my herbs back. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm defending her here. They have a lot of HP, so casting spells isn't really worth it. Oh, she got 2 defense. Nice. Not gonna object to that. Now, this is actually leading to where we need to go, but in order to go to the chest, we need to go upstairs. Yeah, when going too long dungeons like this, I tend to try to conserve magic as much as humanly possible. Because battles can be quite annoying. Oh my god, they put surround on me, which lowers my hit rate. And back in this game, I don't think it ever wears off. That was something that they definitely fixed in later games in the series, where surround wasn't near as broken. And thank God for it, because in this game, it is really obnoxious to deal with. Another one stick. Don't blame it. Yeah, this is a pretty tall tower. Okay, so time to go upstairs again. Leon's at level 12. Yeah, I'm making a lot of money. That's 2,300 total. How far up does this thing go? Oh god. Ghost rats. Yeah, I'm not really sure how badly I want to mess around with them. Magic hands can put sleep on you. Ooh, a slot token. Oh, that's certainly gonna be beneficial later. Huh. Okay. So, did I find any chests this way at all? I seem to remember there being a couple, but I certainly don't see any. I mean, there's a chest over there, but... Okay, maybe they don't do as much damage to her as I thought they did. Interesting. Yeah, since I'm not really using your magic at all, then... Yeah, that's just going downstairs, not upstairs, so I need to find an alternate route to that chest. Well, that didn't do you a lot of good, buddy. Not taking any chances. So yeah, I guess we're going this way then, where we're supposed to be going. Yes, you can fall off the tower. No, but I have in the past, and it was frustrating. Yeah, I'm not taking the chance with that many out there. I say as I use the wizard's wand. It's so tempting not to sometimes. Oh, come on. Ah, another level for our dear friend. 3 guard, nice. And she learns surround. You'd think that'd be really useful for you to have in this game, but not really. Thankfully, this part is a lot shorter than the other part I did. Ooh, 349 gold. Yeah, that gold will come in handy. Because there's going to be a new town we'll be getting to before long. And we have you guys again. Yeah, you guys hit hard and can call for help. Ooh, 36? Yeesh. That's a lot of damage. Here's what we came for. The Wind Cape, aka the Cloak of Wind from the game. We need that to actually progress to the next area. Okay, what's going to happen if I just use the Wizard Staff? Okay, so I don't need Infernos, but it certainly speeds things along a bit. They hit pretty hard, and they come in large groups most of the time. So it could be kind of risky. Very much so. But considering I'm almost done here anyway, I could go ahead and use it a few times. Yeah, we're not quite done here just yet. Because there's another path to take over here. Even with that, you guys take a while to kill. Jeez. Curl's level 11, though. Didn't really get much from it, but I'm kind of used to that. If you go outside the outer wall, you find it upstairs. Okay. This shouldn't be so bad. Nope. Well, you dropped an herb. That's better than what you were dropping. Wizard Ring? Now that, I know for a fact, was not in the original game. I think that was an empty chest, actually. So yeah, we're pretty much done now. We equipped the Wind Cloak, so we're set. Time to cast Return and prepare for the next part. Now, I would normally store my gold at this point, but we're going to be getting to a shop real soon. And so I want my gold with me. Okay. Now there is a place over here where you can use... Or at least there's supposed to be a place over here where you can use the slot token. Oh, did they move it over here? Yeah, I think they did. I believe it was the moon. Yes. Perfect. Okay. It's not much better than the spear, but it's something. And hey, at least we can make some money back from that spear we bought. Oh yeah, like, we have so much money now, it's gonna be great. If you're wondering why I just don't buy the steel shield, because of all the money I've got and the gold card, believe it or not, it's kind of pointless, because not too far into the game we'll find a better version of it. That is way better by comparison. However, this next part of the game is also a bit of a pain, I will say. It's a long trek. Wow, the magician fled. Not really gonna complain about that, though. Yeah, smokes do give a lot of gold in large groups. If you don't have the princess for the record, this person will block your path and will not ever move until you save her. This is also a revived, detox, and cursed place. So yeah. And we have another new area with stronger enemies in it. Oh, this might not end well. Ooh, I'm medley. Gotta make sure you don't run. There we go. Okay, I got this. Man, that